What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Let's get right into it. Here to bring you an NFL draft prediction video on Jahmyr Gibbs. I believe he'll be drafted by the LA Chargers in this year's 2023 NFL draft. Now let's discuss why. Also, before we start, check out my description area down below. I have two sections there that have links. One being my social media links, following all my social medias, and also Amazon affiliate links. I have four down there. They're all sports relevant. They all, things I have purchased in the past. So check them out. Let's get started with the video. So, Jahmyr Gibbs, my personal favorite running back. I know Bijan Robinson's a lot better. He's more of a complete back, bigger, stronger, all that good stuff. But Jahmyr Gibbs is my personal favorite back. Shifty, fast, quick, great hands out the backfield. I think he'll be a good game changer from day one. 5'9", 200 pounds. It's a lot of teams that use his services. I'm not gonna lie, So, and as I said prior, I'm gonna do about 7 to 8 videos on players I'm predicting, but I don't know if they'll be right or not. It's all for fun. But all the research I've done, all the research, and film study and team needs and all that stuff and scheme fits, it all go out the window during draft time. You never know. But I'm gonna just be, have some fun and give you my favorite 7 to 8 draft picks and where I think they could go. I've done a couple so far. Depends on when I put everything out too, But honestly, Jahmyr Gibbs is like my fifth one. I don't know when it'll come out, so could be first, could be last. We'll see. But Jahmyr Gibbs, man, like I said, I like him a lot. And I think LA is the home for him. Honestly, it makes too much sense. Also, Eckler, who requested a trade earlier during the offseason, I think he will be traded. And even if he doesn't, he only has 1 year left on his contract, pushing 28 years old. It just makes sense. He's a great replacement back for Austin Eckler. And the Chargers, I spoke on the Charger running back situation this offseason. As I said earlier, I did 2 videos on Austin Eckler being traded. And Chargers fans were telling me that's fine because they have 3 good backs behind them. I don't understand what they mean. Joshua Kelly, Isaiah Spiller, and Larry Roundtree. Uh, you know, I don't get the hype behind those 3 from the Chargers fans that were telling me that. But I'm not a Chargers fan. I don't see every down that they play, but I'm not. For what I know of those guys, they're cool. But you could definitely need an upgrade, and a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs, who would have to be picked in second round. I think they do go wide receiver or pass rusher first round. Just depends on who's left and how the board shakes out. And as I said earlier, this draft could be crazy. This could be insane. I don't know how it's going to play out. Will Levis at 2, Stroud at 4, 5, 6. Like, it's going to be crazy. So depends on how the top of the board lands. Might affect the bottom. But I definitely see the Chargers going. A guy like Jordan Addison first round. Nolan Smith first round if he's around, Luke Van Ness, someone to give another alternate pass rush to those veterans, and Joy Bosa and Khalil Mack, who both tend to be a little hurt. So, it just depends on how everything shakes out. But I definitely see them in the second round dressing that running back with Jahmyr Gibbs, who they might have to trade up for. If you notice, most of these prediction videos, if you have kept up with all of them, I don't really say a pick. I don't know trades and like that, so I'm not gonna say pick 45, pick 4, or whatever. I'm just gonna say, hey, in general, I think they'll draft this player. Just to keep it simple. Because if I do get it right, you said the wrong pick number. Like, okay, it's tough to get everything right. So I think somewhere in this draft, second round most likely, or maybe back of the first. I definitely see the Chargers going after a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs, who, the biggest weakness in his game, honestly, is he's not physical enough. He can't bang up in the middle. He can't get banged around too much. Like I said, he's got a smaller frame, 5'9", 200 pounds. And it's not his game, and that's okay. And that's why I think he'll be a great replacement for Austin Eckler, who that's not his game either. He can do it. He's a big, strong. No, he's a smaller, strong guy. But he's not really, his game is to stay in the inside and just bang you down the hole like Derrick Henry. That's not his game. He's more of an outside zone scheme guy, same as Gibbs, and it just makes sense. And Gibbs' strength is in space, out the backfield, no zone runs. It's in space. And he's a natural, soft hands. natural hands. He's a good kick returner. His route runner from the backfield is amazing. Also, you could throw him in the slot as well. I think him and Bijan. So I'm always people big up Bijan so much. I always like to put in Gibbs as well because I think the gap isn't that big. I know, as I said, I acknowledge Bijan is better. I've said that from the get go. I understand Bijan's better, no question about it. He's a phenomenal talent, but I think Gibbs is right behind it in a different way, in a different route. I think Gibbs is a little bit, is a little bit different also. If Gibbs is in my opinion, a LaDainian Thompson type guy, obviously, not Gibbs. Bijan Robinson is a LaDainian Thompson, type player, all around bigger back. I think Alvin Kamara, and Gibbs have similarities. Who can also say, he's more of Alvin Kamara like back, smaller, good speed, natural quickness, shake and bake to him with natural hands. They can line up everywhere, slide, backfield, even outside if you need them to, in certain spots. So I love the fit for Gibbs for a lot of teams, and that's the scary part, And doing this draft part, you never know who might draft him. You might see a team with an established back get him. You might see a team who don't really need him get him. You never know. But I have a couple teams written down that I think Jahmyr Gibbs could be going to. One sneaky team is a Kansas City Chiefs. I do think, and I have a prediction video I did months ago on them trading Clyde Edwards-Helaire to the Seahawks to go with Kenneth Walker. So that opens up a spot there. They haven't signed back Gerard McKinnon. Is it Gerard? I forgot his first name, but Jay McKinnon, their receiving back from last year, who had about 10, 11 touchdowns this past season. They didn't re-sign him yet, so I think they could pair two young backs together, Isaiah Pacheco and also Jahmyr Gibbs in that Chiefs backfield, and they'll be a good 1-2 tandem. You have Pacheco with the power and Gibbs playing that McKinnon role from last year. They'll be pretty solid, If not the Chiefs, the Dallas Cowboys, that makes sense. If not the Saints, if not the Cowboys, could be the Saints. Kamara's future, and now I've said this since last year, since that Kamara video happened. His future to me is kind of shaky. With the Saints, they brought in what's the big boy name from the Lions? They brought in he led the league in rushing last year. Forgot his name. Jamal Williams. They brought him in as the power back. As of right now, I think it stands Kamara will miss at least 3 to 5 games, 3 to 6 games, somewhere right. Has it been announced yet? I'm not quite sure, but I think it is guaranteed he's gonna miss some time. The fight footage finally came out after like a year, so him beating up the guy in Vegas, I believe, so him and his friends or whatever, so that could definitely, put a damper on the Saints start of the season. But they have a guy like Jamal Williams, who, like I said, last year led the league in rushing touchdowns or touchdowns in general. I think pairing him with a young guy like Jahmyr Gibbs early on could be a great move, but Kamara has a long-term deal, so we'll see where that goes. But that's kind of a tricky spot. The Eagles as well is kind of a tricky move. They have a bunch of second-round picks, bunch of first-round picks in the next couple of years. They can definitely trade up in this year's draft and get Jahmyr Gibbs with top of the second. So it just depends how everything goes. The draft is so unpredictable. You never know. The Cardinals could get him. Pairing with James Conner would make sense also. I have a prediction video on Kareem Hunt going to the Cardinals, but like I said, you never know. It's all a guessing game. It's all fun for me, but I do think Jahmyr Gibbs' best fit is with the Chargers. Just depends on how everything shakes out. But yeah, whether Austin Eckler stays or goes, I like Jahmyr Gibbs as the future back for the Chargers. And that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Let's get right into it. Here to bring you an NFL draft prediction video on Jahmyr Gibbs. I believe he'll be drafted by the LA Chargers in this year's 2023 NFL draft. Now let's discuss why. Also, before we start, check out my description area down below. I have 2 sections there that have links. One being my social media links, following all my social medias, and also Amazon affiliate links. I have 4 down there. They're all sports relevant. They all, things I have purchased in the past. So check them out. Let's get started with the video. So Jahmyr Gibbs, my personal favorite running back. I know Bijan Robinson's a lot better. You know, he's more of a complete back, bigger, stronger, all that good stuff. But Jahmyr Gibbs is my personal favorite back. Shifty, fast, quick, great hands out the backfield. I think he'll be a good game changer from day one. 5'9", 200 pounds. It's a lot of teams that use his services. I'm not gonna lie. So and like I said prior, I'm gonna do about 7 to 8 videos on players I'm predicting, but I don't know if they'll be right or not. It's all for fun. But all the research I've done, all the research, and film study and team needs and all that stuff and scheme fits, it all go out the window during draft time.